still foggy out there?
Dealing with a little bit of dense fog across central and eastern Kentucky, but now rain beginning to fill in on the radar. So let's go ahead and get everybody over to Live Pinpoint this morning as we scan the skies, especially to our west. Some of that rain beginning to develop, fill in across south central Kentucky, especially for those folks there in Somerset. Heads up, some rain showers heading your way here over the next 10 to 15 minutes. That's going to continue to track eastward towards London, eventually here in the Hazard and all of eastern Kentucky, making for a soggy start to our day. And that's going to continue throughout much of this afternoon into the evening hours. But temperature-wise, despite some of the rain showers, actually going to be on the pleasant side. So we're going to see those temperatures right now in the mid to upper 60s to around 70 degrees. Warm spot this morning in Monticello at 71 degrees. Otherwise, in those upper 60s, and temperatures going to be slow to rise today. We're going to hit upper 70s to around 80 degrees for that high this afternoon. Your bus stop forecast shapes up like this for you. Scattered showers likely this morning. Temperatures in the upper 60s, upper 70s for highs this afternoon. As storms become likely, we're going to see some intensification. Nothing too severe now, just maybe some heavy rainfall, gusty winds. Of course, our main threat going to remain that flash flooding with some of the heavier rainfall with some of those stronger storms, much like we had yesterday. That's going to be the case for today and especially into the afternoon. Now, 12-hour planner shows temperatures, like I said, slow to rise. Upper 70s for those highs. Later on this afternoon, rain chances are going to begin to increase later on this morning into the afternoon hours, and that's going to really lead to just overall a soggy day. We're looking at soggy conditions across all of eastern Kentucky through this afternoon into the evening hours, but better news on the horizon. We're going to dry things out once we get past this speed bump here. Low pressure just to the west, going to begin to work eastward across central and eastern Kentucky later on today, eventually clearing the state by tomorrow afternoon as it heads off towards the mid-Atlantic region. Now, pinpoint Doppler regional shot showing you the low pressure spinning across far western Kentucky just northwest of Bowling Green. There's that warm front kind of bisecting the Commonwealth, cold front off towards the south and west. You can see lots of green on the radar across the Ohio and Tennessee Valley regions. So a pretty strong system. It's working with a lot of juice out there. There's a lot of juice in the atmosphere and a lot of storms these can fuel off of. So there's going to be a lot of rainfall as we do head into the next 12 hours or so across all of central and eastern Kentucky. Future View doing a pretty good job showing this as well. We start things off at 9 a.m. Some of those showers continue to work across eastern Kentucky by mid-morning. Nothing going to change throughout the latter part of our morning into the first part of our afternoon. You can see more rain showers, even some storms developing with some of those darker greens, yellow showing up on radar, indicating some of the heavier rainfall later on this evening. And we're going to see temperatures eventually fall into the mid-70s, and we'll bottom out in the upper 60s for those overnight lows, mainly due to the cloud cover. Going to kind of keep the atmosphere a little bit warmer through the overnight period. But the good news is showers continue to push off towards the east by early Friday morning. Maybe a few lingering showers across the Kentucky, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee border as we head towards Friday afternoon. Clouds are going to hang around through Friday night before we'll eventually push those towards the east as well by early Saturday morning. And that's going to shape up for a nice start to our weekend. Temperatures a tad bit warmer as well, with highs back into the lower 80s Saturday afternoon. But we're going to see some sunshine make a return to the forecast, and it's going to be much needed, especially after the next couple of days. That'll continue into your Sunday, maybe an afternoon shower storm possible Sunday afternoon. Otherwise, more seasonable with highs in the mid-80s. More storm chances in the forecast into early next week before we cool things back off again into the lower 80s by next Wednesday. Let's take over to Refrigerator Art this morning and get your fourth and final check of the Refrigerator Art. Love showcasing all the beautiful art from the kids here in eastern Kentucky. This one's from Gabe over at Greens Hill Elementary. Time now is 6:48. You're watching Mountain News this morning right here on WYMT.